Evening whores, Matt fucking Haney here. If you want to know a little bit about myself, I'll let you know that I'm an only child, I'm a Capricorn, and I'm a Slytherin. And those three things there can tell you a whole lot about my personality. And yes, while it is true I do live in Denver, Colorado, no, I'm not going to send you and your dumbass friends weed in the mail. I mean, for fuck's sakes, it's 2017. Invest in some Bitcoin, go online to the dark web, and buy your drugs in bulk just like everyone else. My God. Hope you guys are ready for some unsolicited advice, because I got plenty of it for you tonight. Advice number one is to start sucking at something. I'm going to paraphrase Jake the dog from Adventure Time, because he said that sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something. And my lord, if that ain't the truth, with some fucking cheese on it. For example, years ago when I had a Twitter account, I started following this girl, and not because, I enjoyed her tweets or she, put out quality internet content. I was following this girl because she is thick. Lord, oh my God, I'm talking thick with like 8,000 C's, man. Wow, this broad, she was like cold peanut butter. You ever try to spread cold peanut butter? Shit'll tear your bread up, homie. Anyways, so I'm following her on Twitter, and she's selling nudes in her DMs, basically anyone who's there to buy. Fast forward a year or two, Instagram skyrockets in popularity, and now she's one of those Instagram models that's getting flown all over the world and doing these half-naked ass photo shoots and getting paid for it. And then, fast forward a little bit after that, now she's a professional cosplayer living in Las Vegas and doing whatever the fuck she wants. So she went from some dumb broad selling nudes on Twitter to now she's every weeaboo's wet dream, and all she does for a living is dress up as her favorite video game and anime characters. I mean, if that ain't the most inspirational shit you've ever heard, I don't know what you want from me, because that's fucking just amazing. And it all started because she sucked at something, She didn't want to work, so she sold nudes on Twitter, and that led to a connection, which led to a connection, and she learned from her mistakes, and now she's able to do whatever the fuck she wants and support herself by just dressing up and being a weeaboo's wet dream. So another example, Harry Potter's in the room of requirement with all these young witches and wizards, and they're trying to master the Patronus charm, which is like high-tier top wizardry lab magic shit. And some of the students are struggling with it, some of them are getting it down, but Harry Potter says, every great witch or wizard started out as nothing more than what we are now, and that's students. And if they can do it, why can't we? All these greats that you hear about, that you see, they start out with as nothing better than you are right now, just a dumbass with an idea, but they weren't afraid to fail. So they try something, they fuck up, they learn from that mistake, and they move on. They make another mistake, they fuck up again, and they move on. And then eventually, they meet somebody who's doing the same thing they're doing, or has done the same thing that they've done, and they're able to bounce ideas off each other and share how, hey, I fucked up doing this, I suck at doing this, but now I've learned and I've developed a system, and it's actually pretty smooth now. That's all it is. So I'm trying to teach myself Dutch, and I got Rosetta Stone, and the thing that sucks about Rosetta Stone is it's set up just like the American educational system. It's just multiple choice, and if you're if you're decent at taking tests and can put 2 and 2 together, you can figure out how to pass it. So the sentence will be like, Hetmeisha, which means the girl. So then I look at the 4 pictures, and there's a picture of a horse, a picture of a bike, a picture of a dude, and a picture of a girl. So it's like, okay, I don't even have to read the rest of the fucking sentence. It's obviously the one with the girl. And so I realized that I'm just going through the motions, spending hours on Rosetta Stone, not actually making any leeway. So then I was like, okay, what do I got to do? So I started writing down every word that I came across that I didn't know instantly off the top of my head the definition of it. So if I saw a word, I'd write it down, flip it over, go on Google Translate, get the translation, and in between all these Rosetta Stone exercises, I started studying all these words I didn't know. And a lot of the words were very common words, the who's, what's, when, where's, ands, the, of, above, close, near, to, all these words that are very important but kind of get lost in translation. You just learn the basic vocabulary. And now, ever since I started doing that, after those hours and weeks of sucking, I'm actually fucking learning another language, and I can say simple sentences. It's kind of fucking astronomical. That's all I got.